friends, how's it going? It's me, Betty Jean. Today I did a 3-Licks-1 palette with the Midas Cosmetics Smoky Glow palette. I've had such a blast with this palette. I just think it's so cute and springy, very pink, and I just really enjoy it. I created 3 looks, like I said, 3-Licks-1 palette. You guys know the drill. I'm very happy for Hannah or Smoky Glow. If you're not subscribed to her, you really should be. I'm just really proud of her. This was such a cool accomplishment to collab with a brand and create a palette, and I think she did such a great job creating such a cool color story, something very unique, something that's not super everywhere right now. I've had fun with this palette, to say the least. I have already uploaded my first impressions as well as eye swatches with this palette in case you haven't seen those, but I guess let's just jump in, create these looks, and I will chat more about the palette when I am finished. Hello! Good morning. It's morning for me. I don't know if it's morning for you. I'm getting ready for work and we're gonna film our first look with the Smoky Glow palette. Just gonna prime my eye with my Smashbox lid primer in light, of course. So for today's look, I want just a very blown out, smoked out lower lash line with like maybe a light shimmer on the lid and a big bold wing. That's what I'm feeling. That's what I'm gonna roll with. I'm gonna start by just kind of smudging content down underneath my lower lash line. I'm going to use this Colourpop E2 brush. Really like this color. When I used it in my eye swatches that I filmed yesterday as I'm filming this, I was craving a look with this color. I really like a blown out lower lash line. I just think it looks so pretty. I am not afraid of this color traveling down pretty far. I like a blown out lower lash, and that's just kind of what I'm going for. And then with a big wing, it's really going to balance out nicely. I'm going to take this cleaner brush and I'm going to dip into just a little bit of basic, just to kind of smudge out here. I'm going to take half pony now, and I'm going to take this smudgy brush. It's a Morphe NB, I think 16. I can't tell, the name's very smudged at this point. It's a very old brush. But just something dense to smudge the shadow. I want this right up against the lower lash line just to give a lot of depth. This is going to be one of those really easy but impactful looks. One of my favorite things to do. Taking a little more content with that same Colourpop brush as before, and I'm just really going to start smudging. I just want a nice gradient from the brown into this more cool tone pinky color into my skin. I'm gonna kind of just go back through and add more of half pony where I feel necessary. Just kind of keep going back and forth, blending out until I like it. I'm just gonna take kind of the leftover on this brush just to kind of swirl up here. I don't want a crazy amount of this color through my crease. Just a sheer wash so it all connects. It's almost mimicking like a blush drapey kind of thing with how far down I'm taking this, and I really like it. Ooh, I love it. I'm gonna take just a little bit of group chat. I'm actually just gonna use my finger. I'm not even gonna use glitter primer because I don't want a ton of this on the lid. I just want to just kind of tap this across. And I am gonna have a giant wing, so it's gonna cover a lot of this up, but just enough to have a little something on the lid. I think I want to highlight my inner corner with Leno, pull in some purple a little bit. I might change my mind and put something else over top of it, but for now I kind of want to play off that purple. Ooh, that's really cool. Ooh, I really like this. I guess it's giant wing time. I'm going to take my Colourpop BFF liner in numero uno. It's really hard for me to talk while doing winged liner. So just watch and learn. Something kind of sort of like that. I'm gonna let this dry down a little bit more, maybe perfect it a little off camera, and I'm gonna repeat it. And I'll be back when the rest of my makeup is done. This is look number 1. I love it. I feel like a dark fairy or something. I feel like villainous, but still ethereal, and I'm dying for it. It's so cool. This is one of my favorite types of eyeshadow placement ever. Just like give me a bold wing, bold lashes, and then smoke out some color on my lower lash line. I love it. I feel so me in this kind of a look. Details, eye pencil, Blaze lip pencil from LA Girls in my waterline. Lashes are Thrill Seeker from Boldface Makeup. Boldface Makeup just launched like 8 new pairs of lashes and 3 of them look so big and fluffy and I need them. Anyways, my lip color is Peony Pink from Pixie. I just wanted it to all kind of tie together. I'm obsessed with this look. I wish I could look like this every day. And I mean, I could. That's the power of makeup. I can do whatever I want. Yeah, let's move on to look number 2 now. Hello, look number 2. I want to do a halo eye. That's kind of what I'm feeling. I'm gonna start with Colleague and just blow that out around my crease and lower lash line again, just like yesterday. My eye is already primed with the Smashbox Lid Primer in Light, and I'm using that Colourpop E2 brush that I used yesterday as well for look number 1. I just want to keep a very rounded shape with this. With my lower lash line, I just want it blown out. But with the crease and lid, I just want it to be rounded. All right, well that's where I want to be for now. I'm gonna go ahead and take Half Pony. I'm gonna use this as my deepening shade. I'm gonna take this little e.l.f. detail crease brush. And I'm just gonna pop that in the inner and outer corner, run it in a circle, not circle, rounded through the crease. Half circle, I guess. And then I'm gonna smudge it on the lower lash line, but I'm gonna use a different brush for that. Basically like that. Once you look crazy like this, you're good. I'm just gonna take that smudgy brush that I used yesterday. I think it's the MB16 from Morphe. Just something dense to smudge the shadow against the lower lash line is all you need. I'm not being super chatty. I feel like I'm just in the zone right now. I'm not super sleepy or anything. I'm in concentration mode. All right, so moving on. I want to take Amazing right here. That really dark, well, it's not like crazy dark, but more deeper burgundy kind of color. I'm going to take this Colourpop E9 brush. And I just want to run that kind of just as the in-between shade of the 2 that we've already laid down. So just a little bit above the dark brown, but not all the way up. I'm using very light pressure, a very light hand, and I'm more so focused on just smudging out the brown. So I'm going to go back in with that first shade to smudge this shade out some more as well. And again, I'm not dipping in a ton in this color. I don't want this color to go overboard. And now I'm going to go back in with that first brush and a little bit more Colleague. And again, using a light hand, slightly going over the edges to help it blend nicely. I'm just going to kind of go back and forth with different brushes now. I'm not really grabbing any additional product though. I'm really liking the way this is looking. I think that's so pretty. I'm just going to take this fairly clean brush and dip into Basic, that white shade, just to help buff out the very outside edges. I said in my eye swatches I didn't really care about this shade, but I am finding some use in it. Definitely could live without that Cold Brew shade though. I'll probably never touch that shade in my life. But this white one is coming in handy just for helping softening my edges because these pinks are so vibrant. All right, so let's get to creating our halo now. I'm going to use my NYX Glitter Primer and this flat brush to help kind of carve out my lid. Just going to pat it right on the center and then just go right up to my crease and just start drawing like in windshield wiper motions around the shape of my eyeball just to get that very rounded shape. And I'm not necessarily going all the way down to my corners, but I'm getting pretty close. Something kind of like that. I think I want Friends to be the spotlight in the middle because I haven't really used that shade yet. So let's just pop it in. I'm just going to take it right against that crease, keeping my head tilted back and just doing that windshield wiper motion. I'm just gonna stamp it down the center of my eye. And now I'm gonna flip that brush over and I'm gonna use Dofa for the inner and outer portions. Just gonna simply stamp it right along the inner and outer corner, right where the shimmer is kind of meeting. Kind of like that. I'm getting a little bit of fallout with this shade, but it's not that big of a deal. I'll just sweep it away in a minute. Ooh, look how lovely that is. Ooh, I'm really liking that. Just gonna dust away this fallout. No big deal. Ooh, I'm so stoked about this. I'm gonna highlight my inner corner with group chat like I've been this whole video so far. It's, again, my face highlight. I just think it's so beautiful. Ooh, it's so pretty. I love this so, so much. Well, I'm gonna repeat it on my other eye, finish up my makeup details, and then I will return and we'll chat some more. Ooh, look number 2. I feel so just fierce in this look. I really like how it came out. I like the way these tones play together. I think it's quite lovely. My eye pencil I decided to go with is Brown Perfection from NYX. I just felt like a brown smudged against my waterline would go with that lower lash line nicely. Nothing too out there. My lashes are still Thrill Seeker from Bold Face Makeup, and on my lips I went with Bury Me from Dose of Colors. I really wanted to play with that kind of crease tone, and I really, really like this look. I forget how much I really like pinky berry tones until I wear them, but I feel like I really like them. But yeah, this is look number 2. I'm very content. I'm gonna go work all day, and I will see you tomorrow for look number 3. I have a really good idea for that one. Hello, good morning. Look number 3. So this whole video I've been using Colleague as my blush and Group Chat as my highlight, but today I decided to use Jump Cut as my blush, and I think it's adorable, and I used Friends as my highlight, and I really like this combo as well. This palette is just full of fun blush and highlight colors for the face. I love that. I'm gonna prime my eye now with the Smashbox Lid Primer in Light, of course. Can't live without that. You might hear outside noises because I have my window open because it feels good this morning. It's already getting into like the late 80s once it hits like 12 o'clock or even 11 o'clock now. So I'm trying to enjoy the fresh air as much as I can before it turns into scary summer. Sorry for the trick. I want to do a reverse smoky eye, but really have heavy focus on Jump Cut today. I haven't given that shade love in any of my looks yet, and I really, really want to this time. But I'm gonna start, actually I'm just gonna start by sweeping some of this in first. Usually with my reverse smoky eyes, I do my dark shade first, but I kinda wanna do the light shade first today. I'm gonna use this SL Miss Glam L34 brush. It's just a fluffy brush. And I'm just really gonna focus that in the inner corner of my eye. I'm also gonna drag that in the inner portion of my lower lash line. I'm just being careful to not really place that color out here at all. How have you guys been doing with all the craziness that the world is dealing with right now? It's like, it almost hasn't hit me that this is real. I don't know if that makes sense. Like, obviously I know that this is serious, but it's just like, wow, like this is actually happening like everywhere. It's pretty wild. Like, people are hoarding supplies, which is ridiculous. And in my city, schools are shutting down. A lot of people are working from home. Zane and I are practicing self-isolation. I'm pretty much just going to work in my studio with just like one-on-one people. I inform my guests not to come if they're sick, which should be obvious, but now more than ever, do not come when you're sick. Not going to the gym right now. Just gonna work out at home. No parties, not that I do parties very often, but absolutely no parties right now. I do have a tattoo appointment today, but it's just one guy in his one space. It's not a huge room full of people. And I've had this booked for like a month now, so I don't want to cancel it, and I don't really feel stressed to have it right now, and he doesn't seem concerned with having me in there, so it should be fine. I'm going to take Warrior now, and I'm going to take this little Luxie 229 brush. And this is going to go also in the inner corner, but it's not going to go out nearly as far. This is going to stay very tight to just the very front. But yeah, we're just basically just trying to avoid mass amounts of people, which is what we should be doing. That's what the world wants us to do, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to listen and, I don't know, just try to stay safe. Stay safe and healthy. I want to stay working as long as I can. I really don't want to have to cancel my guests if I get sick or something. So I'm just going to try to stay healthy. I already keep my salon pretty clean, but I went and deep cleaned it yesterday. just to make sure there's no germs happening. This is looking so cool, although that red shade really overpowered my Jump Cut. I'm really glad I went in with Jump Cut first in this case, because that red is a lot. 2020 is just off to a crazy beginning. That's all I can say. I'm going to take half pony now, and I'm just going to take this little pencil brush, and I'm simply just going to pack that like right in the inner corner of my lid and lower lash line. I'm not dragging this out or anything. I will blend it out, but I'm not dragging this out far. This is just going to be our little focal point of depth. I'm going to wipe off that second brush that I had because there's still a lot of red pigment on this brush. And then I'm just going to lightly start blending this out, and I'm keeping it really tight to where I placed it. It seems a little weird to just carry on with like talking about makeup like nothing's going on, but at the same time, like, I don't know, it's a good distraction. Something more lighthearted that we don't have to stress about. It's good to have that little factor. Oh, I love this. So pretty. I'm going to wipe off this SL Miss Glam brush on this microfiber towel as best as I can. It's not going to get 100% clean, but I just want it to be mostly clean, and I'm going to dip into Basic, the white shade, just to really smear out here, to really keep this outside edge clean. I'm also just going to take a little bit of it just to help blend out these edges as well. But I'm not a doctor. I'm not like I don't know everything about what's going on, obviously. Like, I don't know all the ins and outs. I don't feel like I'm educated enough on it to speak about like what you should or shouldn't be doing. I'm just listening to what I've been told, and I've been told to practice self-isolation, and that is what I'm gonna do. And I freaking love this look. I think it's so fun. I love reverse smoky eyes. So cool. Okay, I'm gonna recreate this on my other eye. Let this loud truck drive by, throw on my lashes, lipstick, all that good stuff, and we will chat some more. All right, this is look number 3. I feel super cute. I really like this. It was just so simple, but it's so bright and springy and impactful, and I really enjoy it. I forgot to mention, but I did highlight my inner corner. I just didn't do it on camera for some reason. I just used Friends like I highlighted my face with. I think it looks adorable. My eye pencil I actually went with 2. I started with Insomniac from Colourpop, and then I went over it with UNTZ from Colourpop. I find when I do that combination, it creates this really pretty corally kind of color, and I think it goes with these tones nicely. My lashes are still Bold Face Makeup Thrill Seeker, and on my lips I went with my Dose of Colors Desi X Katie Over the Top Gloss. Yeah, this is look number 3. I guess let's just go on to the end of the video. Alright, I am back. Which look was your favorite? It might be look number 1. I really liked that look. I felt so good in that look all day, but I've been really content with all of these. I'm gonna wear this all day, and it's gonna be fun. I'd love to know which one is your favorite though. What do you guys think of this palette? Did you pick it up? Are you interested in picking it up? It is technically limited edition, but they are gonna keep restocking it as long as people want it. So I don't think it's in stock right now. I think it comes back in April. Just stay tuned for that. Stick around on their Instagram if you want updates. I really didn't have any trouble with any of the shades. I think the only shades I didn't really use in this video are Vote and Cold Brew, and I think I used really everything else. I didn't have any trouble with the mattes. The shimmers are all very shiny and pretty. They're not the most like glittery, like metallic kind of shadows, but they're very shiny and lovely. Like I've said before in other videos and as well like throughout the video, a lot of these shades make really cute blushes. Group chat and friends make really good face highlights. I'm sure Nutty would also make a really good face highlight. I just haven't tried it yet. But overall, I'm very, very pleased with this palette. I'm excited for Hannah, and I just think it was a fun collaboration. I would love to hear your thoughts though. If you made it to the end, why don't you leave me some pink emojis? And if you liked it, give it a thumbs up. If you're not already, please hop over to my Instagram. It's BeautBean. Follow me there. I post every single day. And don't forget to subscribe. I'm posting most days here as well. Thank you so much for watching. I will catch you in the next one. Okay, bye.